So what do you bring to the table in a relationship?
I wanted to ask you the question
I
first.
feel like we should have an answer
women
after.
supposed to bring to the table?
When I have a relationship that I want to be in, I will bring children, love, communication, support, etc.
And lots of videos on the internet of you having sex with other men.
Oh yeah, there's a few.
Damn.
You bring that to the table too.
Thank you, Mary.
My turn? Loyalty, honesty, caring, very funny. Yeah. I feel like I'm like put on the spot.
I know, now that I have like Brian commentating, I'm like, do I just answer and move on? Like,
How would
this is
you guys
weird.
react if like a guy on a date asked you that question face to face though, not a super chat?
I don't know.
Would it be off-putting?
A little bit.
I would find
because
it
it's like
off-putting.
first date and you're already asking me that. Like, who are you?
Yeah, you just have to
It's a little
wait to
weird.
find out,
Yeah.
you know?
That is a good question. Like, when do you start asking those questions? If you're serious, and you're looking, when you
Yeah.
start asking those serious questions,
think it's
because
like-
obviously it can be very,
You get to know a person and then you find
Like,
out
genuinely.
by getting to know them what they bring to the table.
No, like I get asking that question like later on in the talking stage, but like first date, that's like, why do you want to know?
Yeah.
Like that's a little.
I feel like
odd.
some men that are looking for very serious relationships will ask that question.
They're just, like, ready.
because they
'Cause they
don't
don't
want to
wanna
waste
waste
time.
time.
Yeah.
but what are the things you can look for to like avoid people that aren't going to align with you later down? Like, what's something I can look for on the first date and be like, oh, that right there, you're done. Because
man?
is there anything like that I can look for on a first date?
You know what I
that's gonna
look
weed them
at?
out?
If they're nice to like the server who's taking your order, like if they
Okay,
say please
yeah.
and thank you, things like that.
Well, I feel like
Okay.
some girls have an issue with whoever pays on the first date.
Mm.
Like, did you have a preference last time we asked you that question?
I definitely said I wanted him to pay, especially just because I'm already expecting it and I don't want the awkwardness there.
I feel like a lot of women will say that it is a turnoff if a guy doesn't pay on the first date. So that's like one thing I guess a girl would look for in a man is for them to be paying on dates and things like that. But
That's a good one.
we need to
Okay.
finish with
Yeah, I
what
was
do you
like, we
bring
got
to
a
the
little
table.
off topic.
Yeah, I think it was
Jocelyn.
What was the question?
What
Oh
you
my
bring
God.
to the table.
Oh, honestly, I think I'm a really good caregiver. Like even to my roommates, I would be a very good caregiver. Loyal
yeah.
and just try to have my shit together. And yeah.
I think I'm a really fun, like outgoing, bubbly person. I'm very random, so I am funny.
10-second Sammy, right?
Yeah, 10-second Sammy. Like it is. I'm always doing something. I personally think that I'm a really awesome person.
No, yeah, I kind of agree. I'm the same way. Like, I feel like I have like a big sense of humor, like when you get to know me. But then like also, I feel like honesty and loyalty is like the bare minimum that anyone could really bring to the table. And I feel like you could always build off of that and branch out.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah, I think also I would consider myself loyal if I were to be in a relationship, and I think also empathetic. Like if my future husband is having a hard time, I'd be willing to listen to him, like say his thoughts. So
Okay. I have a really strong desire to be a mother, so I definitely want to have a lot of children. I have really strong moral convictions and a coherent worldview. I think I'm capable of being an intellectual sparring partner. I'm also saving myself for marriage, and I likewise expect someone who values
One
that.
Motorsports donated $100. Why waste time if all a girl can bring is sex, a bunch of baggage from failed relationships and a sense of entitlement? Men that will make good partners want good partners, so you need to endeavor to be one.
Was there a question in that?
Sorry, continue on, Mary. Thank you, Grid One Motorsports. Appreciate it. Sorry, you were saying?
Well, I was just saying that I really value my chastity, and I expect that the person I marry also sees that as a valuable thing about me.
Sure.
I feel like I am also very loyal and honest. I'm a really good caretaker, like you said. I also plan on I hope to be a mother, obviously, so a lot of kids as well. I'm a really good cook. I can clean. I am a really good listener, etc.
Got it. I actually have a video of kind of what I think would be like super based when it comes to what I'm looking.
Beaten Cheeks donated $99. Ladies on the panel, disregard for Violet as she is in adult films. If a man asks you for your body count on the first date, do you think it would be fair for you to ask how big his no-no place is? I am all for this as I am not Asian or white.
I am all for this. I am not Asian or white. Aren't you? Okay. So to the panel, and we will come back to the what you bring to the table discussion. His chat was, if a guy asks you your body count on the first date, do you think it'd be fair for you to ask him how big his wang is, his willy, his dong, his peen?
Doesn't matter what he's asking.
That's either of those are appropriate. Yeah, that's neither.
Both of those
neither.
questions are just very.
We were just talking about how simply asking like, "What do you bring to the table?" is a weird question to ask on the first date. Asking how
It's a loaded
big your
question.
schlong is, I feel like that's even weirder.
I feel like asking sexual questions on a first date will literally intend that you are just trying to have sex with someone.
But hold on, Madison.
What?
But I mean,
So first date, you ask,
what?
what are your
You know what I
intentions?
mean?
But what?
Is that what
you know what I mean, Madison? Come on.
Okay, whatever.
What's up?
Like, is that a good question to ask? What are your intentions? And then you can learn about them. Because that's what like a dad asks.
Just to address Beaten Cheeks here, he's asking, if a man asks you the body count question, do you think it would be fair to ask about his?
Women aren't
Yes.
interested in that information.
I think it would be fair though.
Yeah, there's some
if-
size queens out there. Some girls care about, they want a giant.
I mean, if you're gonna ask
Meat
me a personal
cannon.
question, I could ask you a personal question. So I think it's fair.
I don't have to answer, so like, I mean, if
No, I'm not
they-
asking if you. Okay, I'm not
No, I
asking
know.
if you. But do you think it would be fair for a woman to ask about that if a guy's kind of maybe being, in your view, prying about body count?
Yeah, I think it depends, like, the way he's
not that cold, Violet. Come on.
asking, or like the tone.
No excuses. Play like a champion.
Rule number 76, no excuses, play like a
It is,
champion.
I love this flannel. Sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, it just depends, like, in the way he's asking, I guess.
The way he's asking.
You know, like the tone. Yeah, I think that matters too.
He's asking it in a very polite way, in as polite a way as possible.
How many
Ex-
gentlemen
what's
have
your
you been
body
intimate with?
Excuse me, miss, how many hot dogs have been through the hallway? Or I don't
How
fucking-
many P's are in the V?
Oh, it also depends on the reaction.
Yeah,
The reaction you get.
that's huge.
Yeah.
Reaction, very important.
Yeah.
What if the reaction's like,
Like, damn.
That was the
if
reaction.
that's the reaction.
Like,
If it's,
damn. I'd be like,
what if like you tell it to him and like a single tear just starts streaming down his
a
face?
tear?
Yeah.
Like, I'm too late or what?
Huh? No, like
I feel like-
you're like, hey yo, Gustavo. Not because you're Latino, we'll just that's what just came to mind. Okay, I'm not.
Okay, that's fine. Keep going.
My body count's 50. If
Yeah.
you said that, and just like a single tear just starts streaming down his eye.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to comfort him. Like, why are you? Yeah.
At the end, he
Never
asks
mind.
for it, and why is he gonna cry on the first date?
Yeah.
He barely knows you.
Never mind.
Point being, yeah, I don't know what a good reaction would be.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
like, would it be like, high five? Like, I don't.
Me too.
I don't get that.
I think it's actually more appropriate. Of the two questions, I think asking body count on the first date would be more appropriate than asking the guy his
Yeah,
penis
most
size.
definitely.
Because I think the corresponding question would be for the girl asking the guy how big his D is, would be how tight is your P? That would be like the equivalent question. So, but I definitely think it's more appropriate to ask body count than about
Do you
someone's
do that on
genitalia.
first dates?
I mean, I'll usually ask pretty early on because it's important to me. So
On a first date, you're like, "What's?"
Yeah,
your,
fuck
you hold
it.
up a microphone. You're like, "What's your body count?"
yeah, I hold up a microphone because I'm recording for my new YouTube series, Fuckboy Friday.
Is that literally how you execute that question? Like, what's your body
No,
count?
I mean I'll go about it in as graceful a way as possible, but yeah, that's something I'd like to know early on because if it's a deal breaker for me, it's in the same way that you might, like people often advise, okay, you shouldn't talk about politics, religion, and money. I think is the
Man,
other
what
thing.
else is there to talk about?
Well, exactly. But what I'm saying is, I actually think on a first date, unless you're just trying to fuck, but I'm not just, I have no interest in sleeping with a girl once. So perhaps it'd be a good advice if my motivation is to just fuck a girl and not talk to her again or just keep her around for sex without having any long-term interest in her, then yeah, maybe I shouldn't find out what her values are. Maybe I shouldn't ask what her past sexual experience is. But for me, those things are important. So I'd rather know earlier on than wait till the third date and okay, there's this major red flag that I could have found out on the first date, but we've just wasted a bunch of time. So I'd much rather get through with it, know early on. So
I feel like context clues really give you the answer before
yes.
you even ask
Well,
anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Well, what I would say is the other thing is even if you do ask, someone, whether it could be man or woman, might lie about their past in general, their past sexual experiences. So yeah, I 100% agree with you. There are other indicators that you can look towards to see, is this somebody who do I align with them on our values? Does this person seem like they were promiscuous in the past? There's other indicators you can look for. And certainly you should look at those other indicators too.
look someone in the eyes, and if they have that blank stare.
Yes. I think it's called the 1,000-cock stare.
What?
I've
That's
never
one
heard
way to
that
put it.
before.
The 1,000-cock stare. I'm sure you've seen it. It's just that dead in the eyes look that some people have, typically women, although there are some gay men who also have the 1,000-cock stare.
But some
Can
people
you
stare
demonstrate
at
that? Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, I feel like you have a death stare, and
I
mean,
have
you're
a
a
death
virgin,
stare,
so.
but yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Mary has like that Aubrey Plaza kind of chill, like
Dry.
she doesn't have the
It's not
1,000.
like death stare, but
cock
it's like you can tell it's like.
Oh, look, it's
pure.
Klebus. I haven't seen that guy in a fucking year. Go ahead. Sorry, Mary. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I finished already.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying, like, your stare looks more pure than like death. You know what I mean?
It's a pure death stare versus a malicious death stare. I don't know. Okay. Where were we? I'm trying to remember.